Above there is a merciless blue sky, below, earth land, around, stones and silence. That's what I see as far as nature is concerned. Leaning against the short piece of overhanging log which, because of its shape, forms a kind of grotto. There is just sitting on a stone that has been taken into a cave. That is how he protects himself from the scorching sun. And my internal advisor informs me that the stone on which he is now sitting is also his kneeling stool and below, when it takes a few hours, last enveloped in his mantle under the sky and the chill air of the night. Near him, there is the haversack which I saw him take before departing from Nazareth. It is all he has, and from the way it is folded, I knew that it has been emptied of the near food Mary had put into it. Jesus is very thin and pale. He is sitting with his elbows resting on his knees, his both arms forward, his hands joined and his fingers interlaced. He is meditating. Now and again, he looks up and mounts, then looks at the sun, almost perpendicular in the blue sky. Now and again, particularly after looking around and at the sun, he closes his eyes and leans on the log sheltering him, as if he were seized by a dizziness. I see Satan's ugly face appear. He does not show himself in the pictures we imagine him. Horns tell etc. He looks like a Bedouin enveloped in his robe and in a large mantle that resembles a domino. He is wearing a turban on his head, and its white flaps fall along his cheeks, down to his shoulders, protecting them. Thus, only a very small dark triangle of his face can be seen. Within, sinuous lips, very black, hollow eyes full of magnetic flashes. Two eyes that penetrate and lead into the bottom of your heart, but in which you can read nothing or one word only, mystery, the very opposite of Jesus. Eyes also so magnetic and fascinating, which lead in your heart, but in which you can also read that in his heart there is love and bounty for you. Jesus' eyes caress your soul. Satan's are like a double dagger that stabs and burns you. He approaches Jesus. Are you alone? Jesus looks at him but does not reply. How did you happen to be here? Did you get lost? Jesus looks at him again and is silent. If I had water in my flask, I would give you some, but I have none myself. My horse died, and I am now going on foot to the board. I will get a drink there, and I'll find someone who will give me some bread. I know the road. Come with me. I'll take you there. Jesus does not even look at him. You are not answering. Do you know that if you stay here, you'll die? The wind is already beginning to blow. There will be a storm. Come. Jesus clenches his hands in silent prayer. Ah, it is you, then. I have been looking for you for such a long time, and I have been watching you for so long. Since you were baptized, are you calling the eternal? He's far away. You are now on the earth, in the midst of men. And I know one man, and yet I feel sorry for you, and I want to help you, because you are so good, and you have come to sacrifice yourself for nothing. Men irritate you because of your goodness. They understand nothing but gold, food, and pleasure. Sacrifice, sorrow, obedience are worth more error for them than to land alone us here. They are more arrow than this dust. Only snakes can hide here, waiting to bite, and jackals waiting to tear to pieces. Come with me. It is not also while suffering for them. I know them better than you do. Satan had sat down in front of Jesus, and he scrutinizes him with his dreadful eyes and smiles at him with his snake-like mouth. Jesus is always silent and is praying mentally. You don't trust me. You're wrong. I'm the wisdom of the earth. I can be your teacher and show you how to triumph. See, the important thing is to triumph. Then, once we have imposed ourselves and we have enchanted the world, then we can take them wherever we want. But first, we must be as they wish us to be. Like them, we must order them, making them believe that we admire them and follow their thoughts. You are young and handsome. Start with a woman. One must always start from her. I made a mistake in inducing her to be disobedient. I should have advised her differently. I would have turned her into a better instrument, and I would have beaten God. I was in a hurry. But you, I'll teach you, because one day I looked at you with angelic joy, and a fraction of their love is still left in me. But you must listen to me and make use of my experience. Find yourself a woman. Where you do not succeed, sure, you're the new Adam. You must have your Eve. In any case, how can you understand and hear the disease of the senses? If you do not know what they are, don't you know that that is where the seed is, from which the tree of greediness and arrogance sprouts? Why do men want to reign? Why do they want to be rich and powerful? To possess woman. She's like a rock. She'll be attracted only by something sparkling. Gold and power are two sides of the mirror that draw women, and are the causes of evil in the world. Look, in 1,000 different crimes, there are at least 900 that take root in the lust of possessing a woman, or in the passion of a woman, burning with a desire that man has not yet satisfied, or can no longer satisfy. Go to a woman, if you want to know what life is, and only then you will be able to cure and heal the diseases of mankind. Women, you know, are beautiful. There is nothing nice in the world. Man has brains and strength, but woman, her thought is a perfume. Her touch is the caress of flowers. Her grace is like wine, pleasant to drink. Her weakness is like a hank of silk, or the curl of a child in a man's hand. Her caress is a strength which he is full of our own strength, and inflames it. Sorrow, fatigue, worries are forgotten when we lie near a woman, and she is in our arms like a bunch of flowers. But what flying? You're hungry, and I am talking to you of woman. Your energy is exhausted. That is why that fragrance of the earth, that flower of creation, the fruit that gives and excites love, seems without any value to you. But look at these stones, how round and smooth they look, gilded by the setting sun. Don't they look like loaves? Since you are the Son of God, all you have to say is, I want, and they will become sweet-smelling bread, just like the lovers housewives are now taking out of their ovens for the supper of their families. And these are the accusations. If only we saw, will they not be filled with sweet fruit, and that's as sweet as honey? Eat your fill, Son of God. You're the master of the earth. The earth is bowing down to put itself at your feet and appease your hunger. Don't you see that you're turning pale and unsteady at the mention of bread? For Jesus, are you so weak that you cannot even work a miracle? Shall I work it for you? I am not your equal, but I can do something. Also, without any strength for a whole year, I'll gather you all together, but I want to serve you, because you are good, and I always remember that you are my God, even if now I have forfeited calling you so. Help me with your prayers that I may be quiet when doesn't live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. The devil starts with anger. He grinds his teeth and clenches his fist, but he controls himself and turns his grinding into a smile. I understand. You are both the necessities of the earth, and you're disgusted and making use of me. I deserved it, but come, then, and see what there is in the house of God. You see how even priests do not refuse to come to compromise between the spirit and the flesh. After all, they are men and not angels. Work a spiritual miracle. I'll take you up to the pinnacle of the temple, and you'll undergo transfiguration and become most handsome. You'll then call the coach of angels and will tell them to form up lest for your feet with their interlaced wings, and to run you down thus in the vineyard, so that people may see you and remember that God exists. One must show oneself now and again, because man's memory is so weak, particularly with regard to spiritual matters. You can imagine how happy the angels will be in forming a protection for your feet and ladder for you to descend. It is said, you must not put the Lord your God to the test. You understand that your apparition would not change anything, and the temple would continue to be a market of corruption. Your divine wisdom is aware that the hearts of the ministers of the temple are natural vipers, that tear and are torn to pieces for the sake of prevailing. They are subdued only by human power. Well, then, come, adore me. I'll give you the earth. Alexander, Cyrus, Caesar, all the great rulers, past or present, will be like the leaders of miserable caravans as compared with you, as you shall have the kingdoms of the world under your scepter, and with the kingdoms, all the wealth, all the beautiful things on earth, women, horses, armies, and temples. You'll be able to raise your sign everywhere when you're the King of Kings and the Lord of the world. You'll then be obeyed and respected both by the people and by the powerful one. the only one, the Lord. Adore me for one moment only, appease this thirst of mine for being worshipped. It ruined me, but it is still left in me, and I am parched by it. The flames of hell are like a fresh morning breeze as compared to this fierce adore burning inside me. It is my heart, this thirst, one moment of joy for the eternally tortured one. Let me feel what it is like to be God, and I'll be a devoted, obedient servant for all your life and all your enterprises. One instant only, and I will no longer torture you. And Satan falls on his knees, imploring. Jesus instead stands up. He has lost weight because of the long days of fast, and he now looks taller. His face is terribly severe and potent. His eyes are two burning sapphires. His voice is like thunder. It reverberates in the cave of the huge stone and splits over the stony, desolate plain when he cries, "Be off, Satan! It is written, you must worship the Lord your God and serve him alone." Satan, with a cry of fearful torture and indescribable hatred, springs to his feet, a dreadful sight in his furious smoky figure, and he disappears at a last questionnaire. Jesus is tired and sits down, leaning back with his head resting on the stone. He looks exhausted. He is perspiring, but birds come to blow gently with their wings in the closeness of the cave, thus purifying and refreshing the air. Jesus opens his eyes and smiles. I do not see him eat. I would say that he is nourished by the aroma of paradise, and is reinvigorated by it. The sun has set in the west. He takes his empty haversack, and in the company of the angels who, flying over his head, emit a mild light while it is getting dark very rapidly, he starts walking eastwards, or rather northwestwards. He has resumed his usual expression. His step is steady. The only remaining sign of his long fast is a more ascetic look on his pale, thin face, and in his eyes, enraptured in a joy which does not belong to this world.